Okay, guys, so one more time, our objective today, before we start going over the warm-up, is to practice more word problems and linear regression. And just a reminder, one more time, your quiz on Friday is going to have 2 linear regression problems on it. You need to be able to do it without the gold paper, and I think I have 2 or 3 word problems on it. Okay, so that's Friday's quiz. We will have today, Wednesday, and Thursday to review. Okay, so let's start with going over the warm-up that you already had some time to work on. First thing I want you to do is, what do we change these dates to? Madison, what do we change the dates to? Say that again? Good, 10. I just couldn't hear you. So to change the interval of dates from 0 to 10, there's a span of 10 years here. Okay, it then tells us in 2000, there were 3,000 students at North Hills Senior High. So what ordered pair is that? Luke B. Good job. And let me go backwards. Luke B corrected me on this. The population of North Hills decreased, and I made this up, at a constant rate of 2 students per year. What is that? They're giving you what piece of information? Andy? Good. So M is positive 2. So there's the information that we're given. Brian C, does that make sense? We sure? Brian V? That's what I meant to say. Thank you. Sorry. Andy, did you say negative? I thought you told me it was 2. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not thinking. I'm too worried about thinking about what problem I should do next with you guys. Sorry. So slope decreased at a constant rate of 2. Your slope is negative 2, not positive 2. Once you have the point and the slope, how do we get it into slope-intercept form? What's the very first thing, Brianna, that we need to do? Good. So we have y minus 3,000 equals negative 2, x minus 10. Once you have it in point-slope form, you then distribute, get it into slope-intercept. So, Will, what is slope-intercept form? Good job. All right, so there's slope-intercept form. Standard form, Alina, is what? Okay, you can do it. What should standard form be? From this one, what's standard form? Good job. Okay, any questions on any part of that? Sure? Okay, one more that I just want to set up with you. You don't need to solve. And then we're going to go back to linear regression. Okay, so Ralph decided to buy 4 iTunes songs for $5, and Joseph bought 8 iTunes songs for $15. So don't worry about doing it. I just want to talk through first, what is X and what is Y in this problem? Brian V, what's X, what's Y? Good, so X would be songs, Y is money. Marissa, what are we given in this problem? Point and slope or 2 points? Good job. 2 points. Gigi, what would the 2 points be? Yep. Awesome. 4, 5, and 8, 15. Questions on that? I'm not going to do the rest of it. Okay. All right, I need you now to take out your notes if you don't already have them out, but keep the gold direction sheet on your desk as well as your calculator. Your notes need to be opened up to page 28. Those of you that were not here, you are going to be confused if you didn't watch Blackboard. So I would go on there and watch the lesson that you missed. Okay, we're using the gold direction sheet basically to go through this. So page 28 in your notes, you will see, it says at the top, a women's Olympic 100-meter run winning times. All right, so Friday was a little rushed because I wanted to make sure we had some time to say bye to Miss Wingrove and to eat some cake. So I want to kind of break this down, go through this with you, and I'm going to do a problem with you. Do not go ahead of me. So Will, don't do it yet. Okay, first thing I want to clarify with you, which I should have emphasized more on Friday, on the gold paper, I broke it down on the side so you would know what you were finding for what steps. So if you look at the smartboard from steps 1 to 3, that tells you how to enter data into the calculator. That's from steps 1 to 3. From steps 4 to 8, that shows you and tells you how to graph a scatter plot. So again, on the side, it tells you why you're doing what steps. Okay? The next set of steps, which are steps 9 through 12, it tells you how to find the equation for the line of best fit. And then from steps 13 to 18, how to graph the line of best fit. And then the last part is how to find the R value. So I'll tell you this. I could not stand here right now and read off the exact 24 steps to you, but I can do this without looking at the paper. So what I want you to be able to do by Friday is to perform linear regression, this whole process in your calculator, without looking. You will be fine. We're going to do a ton of examples in class. I'll give you some for homework to try. When you feel comfortable and you feel like you can do it, try it without the instruction sheet. So hopefully by Thursday we can do some whiteboard stuff and you can do it without this. That's what I'm hoping. Okay? Maddie. You know what? I don't know. I got them from your book, so they might be. And now I'll have to look them up to let you know. Wow, that's good though. I would think that the book probably would not lie, but who knows? All right, so here's what I want you guys to do. Stay with me, get your calculator, and the very first thing I want you to do before you perform linear regression is clear the memory. Luke B, what's wrong? I know, and I don't have them because I have to order them. You don't have any at all? Go up in that, or any. Your calculator doesn't work at all is what I meant to say. Okay, go into that no slacking anytime cabinet and borrow one for today. Is any else's calculator out of commission? Jared, do you have yours? Yeah. Okay. AAA. I'm out of them. And then Luke B, just make sure you put that back to the end of class. Okay, first thing I need everyone to do is clear your memory. Second plus 7, 1, 2, enter, enter. So clear memory, step 1. Okay? All right, now we're going to follow the gold sheet. I'm going to go slowly through this, so stay with me. Step 1, hit the stat button. Luke B, what are you doing? Come here, I'll fix it. Okay, have a seat. Okay, so after you hit stat, we need to make sure that edit is highlighted. Hit enter. I am on step 3. Is everyone with me? Okay, on step 3, we need to enter all the data. One thing I need to tell you is the years need to be put in as an interval. If they give you years like 1980, 1981, you need to change them to be from 0 to whatever. They already did that for us in here. So let's enter the years first. The years is X. 28, enter. If you see me make a mistake, let me know. 32, enter. 36, enter. 48, enter. 52, enter. 56, enter. 60, enter. 64, enter. 68, enter. And 72, enter. I'm going to do it with you. So L1 is X. Does everyone's first column say L1? Some calculators for some reason start at L2. Okay, good. Luke B, you with us? Yeah. All right, L2. So use the right arrow to get over to L2. Let's type in the winning times. If you type something in wrong, your equation for the line of best fit is going to be completely off. Be careful. So 12.2 is first, 11.9 is second, 11.5, 11.9 again, 11.5 again. They're trying to confuse you here. And 11.0, which is just 11, 11.4, 11.0 two times. And then the last one is 11.07. Okay, everyone make sure you have 10 data points in. Does everyone have them in? Okay, step 4, second stat plot, which is second y equals. Everyone hit second y equals, and it tells you on the gold sheet, it's the y equals button at the top left. Hit enter once you make sure the 1 is highlighted. I'm on step 6. We need to turn the stat plot on. So I'm telling you this today, if you don't hit enter so that the black box is blinking on, this will not work. So hit enter so it's just blinking on. That's all you need to do there. Do not touch anything else. Everything else is already set for you. Let me pause for a second. Is everyone with me? Okay, zoom, that big mush of a thing there is a 9. So if you can't read that, write your own 9 so you know what that is. Zoom, 9 allows you to see the scatter plot. So that was step 7. Zoom 9 allows you to see the scatter plot. All right, what's next? Who's following me? Kevin. Good. Step 8 is hit stat. So let's hit stat. Okay, and we're going to scroll over to calculate. So let's scroll over to calc. And then step 10 is find ln reg ax plus b. I want everyone to look at your calculators at this step. Mine is step 4. Can you guys make sure that yours is step 4? Some of you guys on Friday got some weird things in your calculator. Is everyone's a step 4? Okay, that's weird. Okay, so let's hit enter. Here's where you guys had some weird things popping up. Hit enter, and then enter again. And I know. If yours doesn't look like mine, you need to scroll to the bottom where it says calculate, hit enter, enter. There were a couple of you. Kevin, does yours look like that? It has calculate on the bottom. Scroll down, hit enter, enter. Now I need, let me make sure I did this right. Yeah, everyone needs to make sure your A is negative 0.02446, etc. Your B is 12.709, blah, blah, blah. Is anyone's different? Oh, good job. That means we all typed everything in right. Okay, on your note packet, so keep your calculator out. We need to write down what the line of best fit is. And I just want to say again, y equals ax plus b. The a is the same thing as m. They try to trick you. A and m are the same thing. It's the slope. So, and I would round to the nearest hundredth. So y equals negative 0.02x plus, bless you, 12.71. And I'm going to put a box around it. Okay, how would you explain slope? How would you explain slope in this scenario? So let's just pause for a second. Luke B. What's decreasing? Every what? Look at the smartboard. Okay. What is negative 0.02 is over what? What's underneath it? Always. Good. So every year, the women's time is decreasing by negative or by 0.02, not negative. They are. But we could change it, Luke, to be every 4 years instead of over 1. But technically, the way we have it written now, it's over 1. You're exactly right, though. What does the y-intercept mean in this problem? What does the y-intercept mean in this problem? I might ask you this kind of stuff on Friday. I know this is so exciting, but you guys should all know that. Well, what year? What's the first year they gave us? Okay, so we're thinking that might be the first year. Who knows? The time was what? Yeah. Now, is that the exact same thing that's up on the chart? No, but this is a line of best fit. So if that is the first year, it's not the exact thing in our equation because this line is approximating all the data points. It's not going to be exactly on every single point. Okay. All right, next thing. We're going to go to step 13. So now from 13 to 18, we're going to graph the line of best fit. So I need everyone to hit y equals. So everyone go to y equals. We're going to get this equation into the y equals part of your graphing calculator. You then need to hit vars, which is right next to clear. So hit vars. Scroll down to statistics. And I'm on step 15. Oh, what happened? Okay, scroll down to statistics, hit enter. Go over to EQ. This is step 16. When you go over to EQ, you need to make sure that reg, R-E-G, EQ is highlighted. Hit enter. The equation, the exact equation, should appear in the y equals screen. Only hit enter once. They have every decimal point up there. So the reason you need to do it this way is so that your line of best fit is exact. If you type it in as a rounded equation, it's not going to look right. It's not going to be exactly correct. Okay? All right, hit graph. So everyone make sure your graph looks like mine. Everyone's look like that? Okay, now hit trace. I want to show you something. If you hit the trace button, you have the little blinky spider probably on one of the dots. And if you hit the right arrow, it will jump between the dots. There's a way. Okay, if you hit the down arrow, it should take you to the line. Yeah, if you hit the down arrow, it'll take you to the line, and then hit right left. That allows you to trace up and down the line. So if I were to ask you in year 54, which there will not be Olympics, but in year 54, what was the time? You can approximate by using the trace button. At year 54, the time was about 11.4 seconds. I could keep going to the right. You could go as far as you want. This allows you to estimate or approximate values. You will have to do this on the quiz. Okay? All right, step 20, hit stat. So let's go to stat. Scroll over to, go ahead, Luke B.
With human nature, isn't it like it can't be determined that by the time of
Oh, definitely not. No, definitely not. But using enough data over the years, Luke, we could get pretty close to the actual time by using a line of best fit. This is what statisticians do if they're trying to predict things. So definitely, it could happen. Is it going to be exact? Probably not, but it will be pretty close. All right, so we're going to go over to tests. Scroll down to Lin Reg T test. You will learn what this really is if you take AP Stat or CHS Calc. Sorry, CHS Probability Statistics or Calculus. So Lin Reg T test is letter F. You can either go down or go up. It's up to you guys. Hit enter. Scroll down to calculate. Does everyone's look like this? Okay. Kyle or Nathan, did you say no? Okay. Hit enter. And I think you hit enter one more time. Nope. Scroll down until you see R. Hopefully everyone has an R here. And I want you to write for part B on your notes. R is negative 0.858. So what does that mean? What does that correlation coefficient mean in this scenario, Nathan? Good. It's a negative correlation, so that means every year, Nathan, go a little further. Or every 4 years. What does that mean if it's negative? Good. You can't necessarily say that. Basically what it means is it's a strong correlation that they are decreasing every 4 years. Kyle? Correct. That's a good point. Eventually, our graph is probably going to plateau like this. It's going to pretty much stay the same. You're right. People are not going to be able to get down to 1 second, even 2 seconds. Unless people become crazy fast and athletic, there's no way. But you're right. Eric, use your hand up. Shh. Correct. They're getting faster as the Olympics go on. So as we progress in time, people are getting faster. Makes sense because we have more information. We have better training skills. We know how to get these people more in shape and prepared. Yeah. Okay. Any questions on that process? So what do you think? Do you think you could do this without the gold sheet yet? No? All right. Just checking. Okay. I'm not going to worry about C or D right now. Here's what I want you to do. Okay. Actually, this is not in your note packet. So here's what I want you to do. Using your gold sheet and using your calculator. I did this one earlier today. It's the data that shows the amount of land available from the years 2000 to 2009. Before you go through this whole process, if they give you years, what do you need to change them to? Brian B. Good. So the first thing you need to do is change all these to be 0 through 9. Do not use the years if they give them to you. Guarantee that that will happen on your quiz, that I will give you the years, you need to change them. So on the back of your gold paper, on a piece of scrap paper, all I want you to do is go through the process using this data, write down your best fit equation. So go through the whole process, but I want to see your y equals ax plus b equation and your correlation coefficient. And let me just check mine. I'm pretty sure you're going to get decimals. Yeah, you're going to get decimals. When you're done or if you get stuck, put your hand up. In about 5 minutes, we're going to go over it. Maddie. Oh, yeah, you can use the bottom of your notes if you want. You have plenty of room. Yep. And do not erase it from your calculator. So you're going to clear the memory now to do all this, but do not erase it from your calculator until we go over it.
Excuse the interruption. Mr. Spicer, please dial extension 1461. Thank you.
And try to make sure you're thinking through the directions as you're going through this. And try to make sure that you're learning them. I know that's right. I don't have all them memorized, but that one's right. They're just weird numbers. Yeah, you're good. Did you get them all done? Okay. I'll grade them later today or tomorrow morning. Good. Thanks, Al. I know, because I took 2 batteries out of it. I need to get some more batteries. You can use that one. It's probably a little better. You want to stay in here or go back to study hall? Okay, that's fine. Ooh. Okay, they're back. If you guys are having any issues, let me know. That's all right, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Nothing else is messed up, so. Did you guys clear the memory before you started, hopefully? Okay. You doing okay? Good, you got it. You okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I could have made it bigger. Didn't you already take your data in? Is that a little better? Gigi, can you see that? Well, I'll ask you the questions verbally, Kevin. Okay, that's okay. Don't worry about the line. You're good. Did you write down your equation that you got? All right, keep going. You're almost there then. Remember, you want to go through the whole process so you get an equation and an R value. Are you still going?
Yeah.
Okay. If you get an error or get stuck, put your hand up. Maddie, you did the whole thing? Marissa, you done with everything? What you good for your... Awesome. Good job. Awesome. Very good job. You guys are fast. Awesome. Don't forget your X, though. You just forgot the X next to it. Yeah. Do I have a homework packet, like an extra one? Yeah. Did you finish it all? Here's these, and then the graphs are here, and then the back of it's here. Brian C., what's up? Awesome. Oh, this should be the A, this is the B. You wrote your equation wrong. The numbers are right, you just wrote it wrong.
It's just how fast they go.
But don't worry about it. It's just because of the scatter plot. You're good. Andy? You're off a little. That's a 6. You typed something in wrong, unfortunately. It should be 0 and then 1. Did you just mess that up by accident? Okay, so if you go through the process again, you don't have to do it now, at some point. Just to make sure you get what we're going to put up here. Luke C. Awesome. Good job. Did you get it? Did I already check yours? Good. Kevin. Awesome. All right, you guys are doing really well. So let me write this up here. Okay, Brianna, what's the equation? Good. So negative 10.1x plus 398. Madison, what did you get for r? Good, 0.99 or 0.988, depending on how you wrote it. So what does that correlation coefficient mean in this scenario? What does that mean? It is a negative relationship, but what does that mean? Every year what? What does that mean? Alina, what does that mean? Good. The acres are decreasing. That makes sense. If you're farming on land or building on land, the amount of acres of land available is decreasing because they're doing something with it. Okay, on your calculator, I want you to find what y is when x is 5.5. So go back to your graph. I want you to use the trace button and tell me what you get. If x is 5.5, what is y? We're going to practice this more on Wednesday, but I figure we should do one of these. When you get it, put your hand up. No, go back to your line of best fit. Go back to your graph. Hit the trace button. Hit the down arrow, and then go right and left to find what is y when x is 5.5. So look at the bottom where it says like x equals, Luke B. You see what I mean? When you think you have it, put your hand up so I can make sure you guys know how to use the trace button. And get as close as you can to 5.5. There's a couple ways to do this. I know. I'm going to say that in a second. Thank you, Brian C. All right, Anna, what'd you get? Point? Did you get point anything? Okay. Okay. Brian C., did you get 342.45? Oh. Okay. Never mind. You guys have the exact one. I don't. Thank you. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. Did you guys all get close to that? You can either use the trace button or, Brian C., can you explain to everyone how you typed your value in? Do you remember how you did that? Yeah, but didn't you have to go to second, calculate, and then value? Okay, never mind. You can just type in 5.5 for x. If you hit enter, it will tell you what y is, which is awesome because it'll give you, it's more exact rather than using that trace feature. You can also hit second trace, which allows you to calculate a value. It's the same thing that Brian C. told us. I didn't realize that, Brian. I always use the second calculate button. So any questions on that? Okay, I'm going to give you guys some time to start homework, so you can put that away. Keep your gold instruction sheet out. You're going to need that. You have 5 minutes to start. You should be able to get 2 of them done. It shouldn't take you too long. All right, so one more time, I'm going to remind you of the goal. Your goal is to try to do these problems without your gold paper. Friday's quiz, you're not going to be able to use the gold paper. So I don't want you to memorize. I want you to learn how to do it without it. You should understand the steps. It's on the board. Okay, 1 through 6. So here's what I need you to do. For number 1, actually you should be okay. For 1, A, B, and C, you should be able to answer those. Make sure you change the years to an interval. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Anastasia, in case you're listening to this, the linear regression practice is the page I gave you. It says at the top, pages 336 to 340. 3 through 6, all you're doing is practicing the steps. Try to do it if you can without that gold sheet. So 3 through 6 are just go through that whole process, write down what the equation is and what the correlation coefficient is. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to give you more application problems, so hopefully we can put that sheet away and you can do them and answer some questions that go along with it. Because Friday's test will be more application, like what does the slope mean, what is y when x is this, etc. Luke B? Not if you need to use the trace button. No, because then you can't see the scatter plot, Luke B. You still need to see it, just so you can make sure it looks like kind of like it should. All right, I'm going to walk around in case you guys have any